Hello, this is Jerry Zremski from the Washington Bureau of the Buffalo News, coming to you again here on Monday with my summary of what I see ahead in the week in Washington. It's going to be a busy week. In fact, it already is. President Obama this morning released his fiscal 2013 budget, and that's going to mean a story for me for tomorrow's paper, of course. What I'm doing is what I do on Budget Day every year, pouring through the document that the President has released and looking at it kind of through a Buffalo lens, looking to see what's in there for Buffalo, what particular programs will be cut or expanded that might matter to Western New York. So, for example, I'll be looking at Great Lakes funding, I'll be looking at funding for the West Valley Demonstration Project and the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station. And I'm going to be enlisting a little help from our local members of Congress because they're going to be looking through these documents as well. And hopefully we'll have a good local story on this for tomorrow's paper. Now, I am expecting the budget to really be the story of the week this week. Inevitably, when the President releases a budget, there are all sorts of things in there that just kind of come up as the week comes along. So that's probably what will happen again this week. Also, later in the week, I'm going to be having breakfast with a group of reporters and Representative Paul Ryan, the Republican chairman of the House Budget Committee, and I suspect he'll have a rather different take on the President's budget than the President has. So that'll be another interesting thing to take a look at. Beyond that, I'm hoping to do another story about the Niagara Falls Air Reserve Station. If you've been reading our paper closely, you'll know that I've been writing about this subject quite a bit recently, and I do get the sense that perhaps this week we may have a little bit of a clearer idea as to what the Pentagon has in store for the Niagara Falls Air Base and what sort of cuts may be coming there. So if that's the case, if that news is really happening, that's a big story for us, and I'll be sure to be reporting it. And again, as I've done in recent weeks, I have to mention congressional reapportionment. As I've said before, because of population shifts around the country, New York is going to lose 2 of its 29 congressional seats. Those districts are just going to have to be zeroed out, and how the state legislature decides to do that is a very important question for Western New York. It's possible that one of those districts from Western New York will be eliminated in this proposed reapportionment. And even if it's not, the districts that we have today will not really resemble the districts that we will have next year as the legislature redraws the lines to accommodate the shifting population. It's a very big story for us. I'll be watching it, and I expect it to break either this week or next. So hopefully we'll have that soon. Other than that, it's going to be like every week in Washington. There's going to be news that I can't predict on a Monday noontime, which is when I'm talking to you here. But no matter what happens, you can be sure I'll be here to cover it, and I hope you'll be reading my stories and keep reading the Buffalo News, and I hope you'll tune in again next week. Thanks for watching.